Hi, welcome to my presentation. I'm going to be talking to you today about the 5 themes of geography. And as I talk about it, I'm going to give you some examples that are specific to the state of Nebraska. So let's go ahead and get started. First off, when thinking about the 5 themes of geography, it is helpful to remember Mr. Help. Mr. Help is a mnemonic device to help us remember what the 5 themes are. The first theme that we're going to talk about is movement. M is for movement. R stands for regions. HE stands for human-environment interaction, and that is just one theme. Next, we have location. And our last theme is place. Now, all of these together work to help geographers understand the world around us and help us understand a place that we're talking about, where the people come from, why they settled there. There's so many questions that these can help us answer. Starting off with movement. Movement tells us how people, goods, and ideas get around. It might look at immigration, why one group of people moved from one area to another. It might look at tourism, what brings people to a certain place. It might look at trading, what goods does one area trade with another and why. It might also look at social media and how ideas might go from all the way in Silicon Valley to places like Paris, France. So here are some examples for the state of Nebraska. Nebraska has Epley Airport in Omaha that brings people in and out of the state on vacation all the time, or they might be coming in and out for work. They might be coming to Omaha to stay and vacation. Nebraska is also a leading exporter of beef to other countries. One of the businesses that are here in Omaha would be Omaha Steaks. A lot of times when people come through the state, they like to pick up their Omaha steaks and take it back home with them to their own state. Next, we're moving on to regions. Regions is another important theme. For one, regions tell us how places are grouped by something that they have in common or a similarity that they might have. A place can be part of many different regions because regions can be based on geography. It can be based on religions of an area. It can be based on locations like Northwest United States. It could be based on how a state might vote politically. And it could also be based on time zones. Now, there are many other different ways that you might group regions, but these are just a few of them. So in Nebraska, one of the regions we're going to look at is that they are part of the Central Standard Time Zone. We're in the Central Standard Time Zone where it is 8:56 right now. Other states also have that same time. This may include states like Iowa, Minnesota, and Kansas. Another region that Nebraska is a part of is Tornado Alley. Tornado is known as a place that has many active tornadoes. This also includes Texas and Oklahoma. Another region that Nebraska is part of is the Great Plains. And so that is links a lot of other states that are geographically similar. Our next theme that we're going to talk about is human-environment interaction. Human-environment interaction is frequently just abbreviated into HEI. HEI talks about how people impact the environment, but also how the environment impacts us. These can be in positive ways and it can be in negative ways. For one, if we're looking at how humans can affect the environment, we can affect the environment by building dams, building houses, building malls, building roads. It can also be done by cutting down rainforests. Another way that the environment can affect humans is by providing a climate suited to grow certain crops. It can also have certain natural disasters. And last, it can provide natural resources for an area. This can be anywhere from marble to magnesium to trees. Next, here are some examples of human-environment interaction for the state of Nebraska. For one, environments affect humans. Back in 2011, the Missouri River flooded, and it affected many homes, fields, and businesses by being ruined. I myself remember I-29 being closed and struggling to find a way for me to get to work. Next, humans can also affect the environment in Nebraska. Nebraska has a climate that's really well suited for growing soybeans and corn. So humans have altered that landscape by maybe cutting down trees to grow those crops. Next, we have location. Location tells you where a place is. There are two different types of location. The first is absolute, and the second is relative. Absolute gives you the exact location of where something is on a map. This would be like a pinpoint exact location. One way you can do this is through GPS coordinates. The second way is through an address. Different way is through relative location. Relative location tells you where something is based on where something else is. This could be how you give directions to someone back before everyone had Google Maps on their phone. You might say something like, take a right at McDonald's and my house is on the left. So the examples I have for location for the state of Nebraska in regards to relative location, I have that Nebraska is south of South Dakota. It's also west of the Missouri River, and it is north of Kansas. If I'm looking at absolute location and I wanted to box it in by its coordinates, I could say it's 40 to 43 degrees north, and it's 95 to 104 degrees west. I could also give the exact location of where Lincoln is with its GPS coordinates. I could say it's 40.8 degrees north and 96.7 degrees west. Next and last, we have the theme place. Place describes what a place is like when you get there. It uses human characteristics and physical characteristics to describe that place. If you have human characteristics, these can be things like people or unique man-made features found at that place. It might be the specific religions found there, languages spoken, ethnicity, population, or man-made tourist destinations that are unique to that place. Physical characteristics to describe a place might also include unique geographic features of an area. This might be the name of any kinds of mountains found there, valleys, rivers, types of vegetation. It could even be types of plant or animal life that is found in an area. So if we're looking at specific examples for the state of Nebraska, for physical characteristics, the Platte River is mostly just in the state of Nebraska. Interstate 80 runs pretty much alongside it. Then we have Chimney Rock, as we can see down in this picture down below. And then we also have human characteristics. Tourists come in from all over the world to see Omaha Henry Doorly Zoo. It is ranked worldwide, and it's just something that not a lot of other places have. Then lastly, I have Memorial Stadium here in Lincoln, Nebraska. Memorial Stadium brings people from all over the state into Lincoln on game day, and it can fill up to almost 90,000 people. I hope you enjoyed my video on the 5 themes of geography, and it was informational. And not only that, you learned a little bit about the great state of Nebraska. Thanks for watching.